What happens when you take the output from a pedal and put it back into its input? Music where there is no actual source of sound. I wanted to get a groove going. Whee! My name is Mams and I make weird music. And this is Raw Jams episode 10. This is the final episode of this first season of the series. I am unsure about the future plans of this series, but I do have a few things in mind which I will tell you about later. But for now, let's talk about no input music. No input music is music where there is seemingly no actual source of sound. Usually, this is done by taking an output sound and putting it back to its input, thus creating feedback. If you have ever heard on a loud stage a big squeaky noise and you'd have to shut your ears, yes, that is feedback. Oh, you haven't heard it? Let me show you. Ready? So, what was happening here is when I kept this mic in front of my speakers, the sound from the speaker was going into the microphone, and that sound was going back through my DAW and Ableton into the speaker, and then coming out of the speaker and going into the mic, and then again into the speaker and the mic and the speaker, and on and on and on. That creates a feedback loop. And sometimes it can get loud. But anyways, the same principle can be used on any device that has an input and an output source, like a mixer, or in this case, a pedal. I have taken the sound from the output of this Boss BD2 Blues Driver pedal, and there I used a splitter so that we have one sound to take to the amplifier, whereas the other line gets fed back into the input of the pedal. I don't have the splitter right now to show you, but you will be seeing it later in the video. Anyways, I then take the sound through my Zoom Multi-FX pedal to have some fun with it. For the first few minutes, I'm just exploring the sounds, trying out different effects like compressors, reverbs, choruses, and other stuff to the feedback sound. again. I paused here to let you know that I am setting up a Patreon. I'm still figuring it out, but as of now, I have set up 2 tiers. First is a general support of $5 a month. I will put the names of the supporters at the end of my videos. And I'm also trying to figure out how to give early access to my videos to this tier of patrons. Then for the second tier of $10, I will try to provide more content like alternate takes, backing tracks, exclusive footages and videos, maybe some lessons and tabs, and even on-demand stems of my music if you ask for it. So, if you would like to be my first patron, then click the link down in the description below. Anyways, talking about the jam, after a while, I wanted to get a groove going. So, I used the drum loops on my Zoom pedal. I just recorded the drum loop into the looper pedal and then jammed for a bit until I found another loop with the no input feedback itself. Now, I'm not a master of this technique of no input music, and this was only the second time that I was trying it out. The first time was for a Magpie Pirates collab, and that time I had tried to use my audio interface as the no input device, and that went crazy. But my friend and fellow pirate Andrea Rublev has made a career out of this technique. He uses a mixer and lots of pedals to create a wall of no input sound. He either plays it solo or in collaboration with other artists, and he also has lots of videos explaining the technique thoroughly on his channel. I would highly encourage you to check his channel out. Also, some other artists who use the no input technique for their music are Sarah Bell Reid and Simon the Magpie. Yes, that's Simon the Magpie. Anyways, at this point, I have a nice loop to just jam over. I am meditatively jamming and exploring sounds for quite a while. It is again that moment of bliss which I feel when I'm improvising. Words really can't explain it. Here, have a watch. Welcome back. Did you like the jam? Did you like the jam? Did you like the jam? Because if you did, then you should jam scribe. And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like and turn on notifications for the channel. As I mentioned, this is the last episode of Season 1 of Raw Jams. And I'm not too sure if I will do a Season 2. I definitely do enjoy doing the jams, but there are several other videos in the pipeline that need to be done right now. In either case, I will be putting aside for a few months, and then if I feel like it, I might bring it back. And if I do bring it back, It will be much more theme-oriented based on which episodes you liked from season 1. I'll make a big Google sheet and crunch down all the views and comments and likes from each episode of that. And then I'll choose the gear or plugin or technique that you guys seem to be enjoying more. I will try to pair that particular gear or plugin with other ideas, and maybe that will be the theme of season 2. But this is it for season 1. Cheers to everyone who has watched any or many episodes of this season. Here's to 10 successful episodes of Raw Jams. Stay untuned. Okay, bye.